Hey guys, it's Tamara here with my 4-week update post-op gastric bypass surgery, which I had on September 2nd, 2015 here in Anchorage, Alaska. Let me quickly give you my numbers. I'm going to try to get through a lot of stuff. I tried to film this once already and I talked for an extra long time, so I'm trying to be a little more concise. So my numbers, my weight yesterday was 238.4, which was a 2.6 pound loss for the week, 16.6 since surgery, 32.6 since the start of my pre-op diet, and 49.6 since my highest. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Not that, I mean, people who are farther out wouldn't think 2.6 is slow, but if I could consistently lose 2 to 3 pounds a week, I would be super happy about that. So we'll just see how it goes. What is funny is that I've lost 16.6 pounds since surgery, but I lost 16 pounds during my pre-op diet. So I just thought that was interesting when I noticed that when I was updating my spreadsheet. So this week I visited with a dietitian on Tuesday. I wasn't scheduled or I wasn't supposed to meet with a dietitian at this point, not until 6 weeks out, but I was having trouble sticking with the pureed diet. So I went in there and asked to either be yelled at because it's super important, or to be told that because I'm tolerating things, it's okay. And I had the former. So she did tell me that I need to chill out on solid foods and that there's a reason why they, recommend what they do. That, the stomach has to work harder to digest more solid food. And right now I really want my pouch to be healing. So I asked her to tell me some scary stories of what could happen, and she did. What's I think is funny is that I went in there wanting to be put in my place, but I was butthurt that she did, because she was kind of nitpicky. She, started by asking me like what a typical day looks like. A typical day for me looks like right now, I go to, like a work day is the easiest thing for me to say. I go to work, I have a click shake in the morning, and then I have a Greek yogurt and a Premier protein usually before I leave. Sometimes I'll have 4 ounces of soup instead of either the yogurt or the protein shake, and then I'll just have it later. But usually I'll have a soup at night, and I'll do all of those protein things during the day. Anyway, so the work day is like protein, soft foods. It was the evenings that I've really been having a hard time with when I'm cooking dinner for my kids or having dinner with my boyfriend. That's when I was, nibbling on a little bit of whatever they were having. And so she really didn't give me credit for doing, mostly what I'm supposed to be doing. She really focused on that little bit of what I wasn't supposed to be doing. She also we talked about vitamins, because I was having a really hard time with the chewable vitamins that I first was using, and I'm now taking a capsule, and she wasn't too thrilled about that. She advised that chewable or liquid's really best for me at this stage, and I'm going to get the most from those. She did say if I'm not able to use a chewable and that would leave me not having a vitamin at all, then she'd rather have me doing the capsule. But it's just that kind of thing. Like, she's kind of nitpicky. Oh, she's asked me how much water I'm drinking, and I'm getting 50 to 60 ounces a day, which they're impressed with. But then she was asking me, like, how am I drinking it? Like, am I taking tiny sips? And I'm not. I have no problem. Usually after the morning, I have no problem drinking water, and I can drink it like I drank it before. Obviously, I'm not, like, guzzling a bottle of water or anything, but I can take a normal sip, and I have no pain or discomfort. And she's like, well, we advise that you take small sips because people can have discomfort. And I'm like, but I'm not having discomfort. So what's the problem? Oh my God, that's my critter. He just opened the door. He cannot stand having doors closed. If he's outside of a room and the door is closed, he wants to be inside. But I already tried to do this once when he was in here and he was trying to get out. So I stopped and let him out. So now I think we'll just leave that door open and maybe he'll chill out. He's going to jump up. Hey. I just watched Clusy's video about Philip, and so I'm definitely giving my little critter Jack some extra love tonight. I'm so sorry, Clusy. So yeah, dietitian, I'm going to take from it what I need to take from it and kind of leave what I don't care for. I'm not trying to like forge my own path or anything, but I am going to continue on with the capsule vitamins. I take several capsules, the vitamins I'm taking, and then like omeprazole is in a capsule, and I take an antibiotic daily for my skin, and that's a capsule. I take 2 tablets, potassium, and another medication or tablets. So I don't know why she would have a problem with this capsule vitamin. At first, she thought it wasn't bariatric specific. I said Celebrate, but for some reason she heard Centrum, and so she's like, those over-the-counter ones aren't going to do it. And I'm like, but it's bariatric specific. I thought that was the only guideline. So I think I'm going to keep taking the capsule. I won't have like vitamin level checks until 3 months, and I'll kind of evaluate from there. Do you think that's an awful plan? But, the Celebrate website doesn't indicate anything about the capsule vitamin being for people later on. I'm sure they leave it up to, each program's choice as far as what they recommend. So I think I'm going to keep doing that. I really had a really, really hard time with those chewable vitamins. So, yeah. I also asked her about water aerobics because I kind of had it in my brain that was going to be the first thing I tried. I have a little bit of a mental block when it comes to like going to the gym. I've never enjoyed it, so I'm apprehensive about doing something like that. Although my boyfriend does want us to join a gym. I just had it in my brain that water aerobics was going to be my little wading pool into working out, pun intended. And she said that I need to wait until 12 weeks post-op to get in the pool, which I was surprised at too, because I know there's other people who aren't quite 12 weeks out that are already doing water aerobics. So I was just wondering, what did your guys' program suggest as far as length of time waiting before you get in the pool? And the reason she gave was for like infection control at incision sites. It seems like a long time, so that would be another 8 weeks for me. Excuse me, did you see me spit? So I don't know that I'm gonna wait that long. And you know what? I should have stopped and asked one of the nurses on my way out, because she also tried to tell me that I should be taking my potassium in a capsule form versus a tablet form. Like, she didn't want my vitamin to be a capsule, but she wanted my potassium to be. So odd. So she ended up going in and asking, because I had told her that they specifically wrote my prescription for this specific formulation, and she ended up checking and was wrong. So I need to ask the actual nurses before I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to say I'm not going to wait 12 weeks, but I think 12 weeks seems like a long time. So that's that. Something I'm struggling with a lot is food. I mean, like I said before, for the last couple weeks that I haven't been 100% compliant, I'm really missing food. I keep like commercials, or like when I'm browsing the web, when there's like a Yahoo thing about food, I'll read it, recipes, and I just really miss the flavors of food. And I think that's why I was kind of jumping ahead to having small amounts of whatever. And I felt like it was okay because I wasn't having any reaction, pain, or vomiting or anything like that. So I'm trying to chill out on that. 2 more weeks. I can do anything for 2 weeks, I keep telling myself. But I really miss food. I miss going out to eat with my boyfriend. We did go out a couple of times before I had the dietitian appointment, and kind of really, committed to refocusing. And mostly I had soup. Oh, one time I went out and I ordered a French onion soup, and I did not care for it at all. I had never had French onion soup, but I imagined I would like it. I love onions. So I ordered the soup, and I just did not care for it. And they had one other soup of the day, and it was split pea. I've never had split pea. So I asked, can I please have a cup of the split pea? And I got that soup, and I didn't love it. It wasn't awful, but it's not something that if I was just sitting in my house, I would eat. But I ate it because I didn't want to seem like a big brat at the restaurant, not liking either thing that I ordered. And so I realized I had eaten something that I didn't necessarily care for, to kind of manage the feelings of my server. That's what my therapist would say. I was managing his feelings, which who freaking cares if that server thinks I'm a brat or picky or whatever? He doesn't need to know my life story. I could just pay for the soup and like go about my day. Who cares if I eat it or not? So I need to check that and not worry about stuff like that in the future. Yeah, you know what I mean, Jen? Yeah. So, yeah, I just miss food. I miss going out. Oh, another time we went out, we went and had a Hawaiian barbecue, and my boyfriend just ordered a plate, and I had the tiniest bit of chicken and then some macaroni salad, which was delicious. And I enjoyed sitting there and doing that with him. This was last weekend. Okay, so last weekend I went through my whole closet and tried on everything that I had in there, got rid of everything that was too big, even if it was borderline. And my boyfriend pulled up 2 totes of smaller clothes that I had in the crawl space. And I tried literally every piece of clothing that I owned on. It was ridiculous. But it was really rainy and disgusting and gross here this past weekend. And we were just hanging out. And so I was just trying clothes on all day. And I got rid of a ton of stuff and rehung a bunch of stuff back up in the closet and did some laundry of stuff that needed to be re-laundered. And that was really fun. That was a big NSV. I've been this size for most of my adult life, so I have a ton of clothes that fit me right now that didn't fit me, pre-op. So I'm enjoying all of that stuff. If you ask me, an old pair of jeans that you haven't been able to fit into in a long time are much more fun and exciting than a new pair of jeans. There's just that mental aspect of like, oh my gosh, these jeans are so old. And I loved them at one point, but I haven't fit them in so long, and now I do. So I've just been enjoying wearing, stuff that I owned that didn't fit me before that I love. So that's been really exciting. I took 3 bags of clothes to a local consignment store, and it's, in my opinion, like the least snooty out of all of the ones here. And they took, I want to say, like 2 items out of my 3 bags of clothes that I took there. And they were big, those big shopping, like reusable Sam's bags. So they're big. And they just didn't take a lot of my stuff. They take up to, or they carry and sell up to size 3X. And that's what most of the stuff that I was getting rid of is. But when you're in their store and they have, everything sectioned off by size, the bigger sizes are the sections are the smallest. So I think they're just really particular about what they take in plus size clothes, and they want like, super name brand designer stuff. They don't take, it seems like from my experience, they don't take anything from Torrid. They didn't take any, because I have a lot of Torrid clothes. They didn't take anything from there. They took a pair of Cookie Johnson jeans and some a maxi skirt that I like wore once because my body shape isn't suited for maxi skirts, I've decided. So it's just discouraging, it's hard not to take it personal, like, what, you don't like my clothes? Because I was hoping to make a few bucks off of it, but whatever. I have a friend who, assuming is close to the size of, some of the things that I'm getting rid of. If not her, then her mom and one of her aunts definitely could go through that stuff. So I'm going to drop that stuff off with her. I haven't told her yet, but I'm sure she would like to go through it and or pass that stuff on. So whatevs. But like feeling rejected by a consignment store is not cool, But after trying on all those clothes on Saturday, I was really feeling myself because it was nice to see myself in clothes that fit. Because I was wearing, a bunch of stuff that was too big because I hadn't pulled out those totes from under the house yet. And so it was nice to see myself in smaller clothes that fit, to like look at, oh, these are size 18 and holy shit, they fit, because I started at a size 22 before surgery. So I was just really feeling myself. Like I said, I have a ton of clothes that fit me at this size, so I was really like excited. And we had such a lazy day on Saturday that in the evening my boyfriend's like, let's get out of the house, let's go do something. Well, I felt like I wanted to go to like a dive bar and play darts and drink beer and see and be seen. But I can't do that. I'm not ready for that. I've never been a person that can go, well, I should say I've never tried I've never been in a situation where it was necessary for me to be at a bar and not drink. So I wasn't ready to do that, but that's how, that's been kind of something that's led me off track in the past in weight loss attempts, is get to a certain point, look good, feel good, and then want to like go out and let people see me, because before I didn't want to. And thankfully I'm happily coupled now, and that was when we went out to dinner one of the times, and we went and had dinner and got a red box and came home. And you know what? Something else I've thought about since I made one of my last videos is I'm for sure an extrovert. I'm for sure an introvert. I'm content to stay home and, cuddle and watch TV. And I think my boyfriend's an extrovert. He's definitely more outgoing. And I never really thought about that before. But before, we used to go out a lot to eat. And we're not doing that so much anymore. So we need to figure out something to be able to go out and do things together that don't always have to revolve around food and alcohol. Like I said, we want to join a gym. I want to go check out the Y. I've never been to the Y in my town, so I want to check that out. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. We need to, for sure. Looking at my notes. Oh, my friends. Okay, so I have two best friends that I'll refer to both as my best friend, but really there's two. I have like two friends. They're both my best friends. I have more friends, but these are like my ride to die, like homies that I've known since I was literally 12 years old. And I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them since before surgery. One of them I haven't seen since before surgery, even before I started my pre-op diet. And then the other one brought me home from the hospital 2 days after surgery. So she hasn't seen me since then. And so I'm really excited to see them. I don't know when that's going to be, because we tried to get together last week and it just didn't work out. But they are two bitches who will comment on what I look like, because nobody has commented on what there's one person who's commented on what I look like that I've seen a couple times, and it's one of my coworkers, but we don't see each other every day because she just moved to an offsite location. So the couple times that I've seen her, she's commented. But really, on a day-to-day basis, I'm in a huge office building full of people, but I'm so quiet and reserved, and I keep to myself. I don't have friends in the building anymore that, nobody talks about what I look like, which I wouldn't talk about what anybody else weighs or looks like, or anything like that either, because I don't know anybody on that level. And my boyfriend sees me every day. He don't care. And so my two best girlfriends, they both have struggled with weight at some point in their life. So it's completely on, it's on the table. It's up for discussion. And they're excited about this. So I can't wait to see them, to have them react to what I'm working with at this point. And then today, just now, which I just did just to film this video, I put makeup on for the first time, which is exciting. I have taken like 1,000 selfies. So, I don't think it's that as big of a change as what I thought, but I definitely see a change, and I hope you guys can too. I love you guys so much. I said I was going to try to keep this short, and it's been almost 20 minutes. So I love you. I will see you in my next one, and yeah. Mwah.